What is going on, YouTube people? Neo Cards and Comics here. Today to talk a little Tops Now. That's right. I don't know if these are underrated, overrated, properly rated. Curious for your all thoughts and comments. This, I bought the Otani, striking out Trout thing earlier this spring. And since then, because I just thought that was a really cool card. They're what, $10 or something for four of them. I don't remember what the pricing is on it, but they're not super expensive. And you could get numbered ones or whatever. But that was just, I thought it was an iconic at bat. I remember like making sure I was locked into the TV and watching that. And it was a fun moment. And it was cool to have a card from it. I ordered 5 of them. I graded some or whatever. And I know Tops Now is nothing new. Panini's an instant. It's been around forever. This is nothing. They're not reinventing the wheel here. But since then, I've just been paying a little bit more attention to Tops Now, and it seems like Fanatics is really ramping things up. They did that Victor Wembanyama card, and I'm not even talking about the ones from the NBA draft night. He threw out the first pitch at Yankee Stadium, and they had one of him in the Yankees jersey, and then I think they had pieces of his jersey or the plate or the ball, something, with a relic on it. Those things sold out right away. But I've just been paying more attention to as they kind of come up in the emails and things have been catching my eye more. I ordered some of the Elly De La Cruz hits for the cycle. The base card, I ordered like 10 of those, and I'm going to grade them and see how they do. I don't know that all the Tops Now cards generally sell super well graded or not, but to me, the angle there was he's not going to have any rookie cards for an entire year or cards of him in a Reds uniform besides this call-up nonsense that they're doing because Topps is playing their games with him. So I figured there might actually be a little bit of an angle there where it's Elly in a Reds uniform in a PSA 10 slab might have some potential extra juice to it for a while. We'll see how that works out. Fast forward to this past weekend, Elly again, and this isn't necessarily player specific, but he's the hype beast right now in the sports world and the card world. Elly steals 3 bases in an inning. In a single plate appearance, he gets on, steals all 3 bases. It was wild. Iconic image. As soon as I saw this, I actually retweeted it at Topps, and I was like, boy, this would make a perfect Tops Now card. Just saying. Fast forward, this was Saturday. Fast forward to Sunday afternoon. I'm sitting around. Boom. There it is. Once again, outstanding image. I forget who the photographer was on this, but they absolutely crushed it. Nice top down, him sprawled out. Just chef's kiss. You guys nailed it. You guys absolutely nailed it. Great sports photography on this one. So they came out with a base card of this. Depending on when you're watching this, you can actually still order it, I believe. And they came out with a game-used relic version of this card. There's a little under 400 of them. They sold out in about 20 minutes. They were priced for $4.99 a pop. You get one card. It's got 3 pieces. It's got the bases and home plate in it. Numbered to $199 at the most, or less if you hit one of the parallels. So you actually have probably a 50% chance of hitting a parallel, a little less than 50% chance of hitting a parallel on this. That's not actually terrible for $500. No idea what these things will go for on the secondary market later in life. Who knows? It takes months to get these. I think it takes 5 months or something as the estimated turnaround time on the base relic cards. Just the regular normal cards are fairly quick. So I guess my question here is, well, 2 things, kind of 2 directions I want to take this. One is $500 a good price for this, in air quotes. A lot of people on Twitter were kind of talking about, oh, that seems kind of expensive. I mean, it sold out in 20 minutes, so clearly it wasn't. But it's not even autographed or anything like that. It is just a base relic card. And I get that, but this is what we have been, I mean, at least me, this is what I have been asking for. I want game use stuff from a specific game or event. And the fact that this card captures an iconic moment, and I think that the extra layer here is that it's him stealing a base, and you're actually getting a chunk of that base. Now, I know, I'm sure the Tinfoil Brigade, they could play some games here because I believe they switch bases out in the middle of the game, so who knows if the base that you were actually getting. I don't know. Regardless, I don't want to go too far down that path, but it's a game is based from that game. You could tell your kids that it was one that he actually touched in that inning. To me, that is a really cool card. And like I said, I know this has been going on forever. They've been doing these game used relic stuff forever. But it just seems like they're really ramping it up. And this was just, like I said, chef's kiss on this one. I know, generally speaking, the Topps Now stuff does not pull in quite the premium. It's not the hottest card in the world. But I almost wonder, we'll use Elly as an example again here, De La Cruz. Let's project forward 20 years. Let's say, and you can replace whatever player you want, but whatever. Let's say he is the next coming. He is better than Mike Trout. He is all that and a bag of chips. Hits all the marks. Best player that we've ever seen. And he's in a modern age of sports cards. He is going to have a million cards. Millions of cards. And rookie cards, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of rookie cards. They will print him to the moon and back again. Especially base stuff, but just generally speaking, you are going to have plenty of options to get Elly De La Cruz cards. So if, and once again, big if a player like Elly is the next thing, in the future, what is going to be a cooler card to own? His Topps Chrome Blue Wave swirly disco ball refractor out of 2024 Topps Chrome in a PSA 10, along with one of the other 175 different parallels that they come out with for him? Or will something like this stand the test of time better? If you move out of, right now we are in a cycle of parallels are king, they're the coolest thing in the world. Oh my goodness gracious, give me all the shiny. Right now, that's 100% a play. 20, 30 years from now, 15 years from now, 10 years from now, will that still be the case? None of us know for sure, but to me, if I was a big Elly fan and he or insert player here, they have an iconic moment like this, and they are the truth, they are the next greatest thing. 20 years from now, to me, this card seems way cooler than a purple pixie dust out of 72. Because the modern parallel market is so watered down. Even rookie on-card autos, that's kind of one thing that's a little bit separate. But to have pieces of the bases from a game that he did this incredible thing in, or whatever, once again, insert relic from crazy thing a player did in his rookie year in a card, to me seems pretty cool. I have no idea if it'll be worth $500 in 10 years, even if he is really, really good. It probably, if he is the next Mike Trout or whatever, then yeah, maybe it is worth way more than that. I have no way of knowing that, but I just think it's an interesting kind of thought process to kind of work down. That, like I said, to me, I think this is a way cooler card. The image, they nailed the image, the fact that it's the bases, than, one of his parallel cards that comes out next year in Topps product. Or, maybe a Bowman base card or a Bowman parallel non-auto. I feel like I'd rather have something like this. Even at a $500 price point. That sounds expensive, but you are getting game used, dated, from a specific game, from an iconic specific game or achievement, materials. And I think that's pretty cool. Now, the next place that I want to take this is, we all know what's coming. Football and basketball, they're going to own it all. And this is the power that Topps has because they are in bed with the leagues, or the leagues are in bed with them. That is why we get this cool stuff like this in baseball. And literally the next day, this happened on Saturday. They had this for sale the next day. someone in Discord was joking about Panini's like a year behind on getting Prism products out, and Topps and Fanatics has this card up literally 12 hours after it happened for sale. And once again, I know that the now stuff and the instant and all that is not a new thing, but I feel like they're really taking it to the next level. But where I'm going with this is, at some point in time in the near future, they're going to control it all. So we are going to get Topps Now products for everything. I mean, imagine, okay, Bronny James hits his first shot in the league. Okay, cool. Here is a game-used relic of the floor from that game, or a game-used relic of that includes a piece of the net from that game, or his jersey, or his shoe, or whatever. You know, pick a thing here. Football. Here's a piece of the ball. Same with basketball. You can use a chunk of the ball. Here's one of the game-used balls from that. Here's a piece of the jersey. Here's some dirt. Here's a cleat. Here's part of the field goal post. I don't know. Here's part of the padding. Here's part of the pylon marker that they dive for in the corner of the end zone. There's like a million different things. Baseball is unique because you have the bats, you have the bases, you have the jerseys. Football and basketball have some stuff too. Baseball batting gloves. They could do gloves. They could do whatever. You could do like 100 different things. But I think that it's really cool, and I think they're going to kind of build out on this. And it's kind of an interesting way to collect. You know, you talk about, you know, if you're a Reds fan or a fan of a particular player or team, and I'll end on this, and I'll kind of pose this question for you. Would you rather buy into a break chasing Elly De La Cruz, $500, pick your team, Cincinnati Reds slot, in a mid-tier to upper-tier product? Yeah, I don't know what like a Bowman, a 2022 Bowman Chrome pick your team break would sell for today, or next year a Topps Chrome case break of the Reds. Would you rather pay $500, $600, $700 for a spot in that break, or maybe even $300 or $400 in a spot in that break? Or would you just rather buy this and know, hey, I'm getting a pretty cool card, and maybe I get lucky and hit one of the parallels. If I don't, even the base card seems pretty cool, especially if you collect that player and or team. I don't know. Just something that's kind of been bouncing around my mind lately, and this kind of pushed it over the finish line. But I'm just really paying attention to the Topps Now stuff that I wasn't before. I think, you know, we talk about, people yell all the time about there's no way for kids to collect in the hobby, blah, 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 blah. It's so expensive. How are they supposed to get these cards or whatever? And, you know, you could come over here and, where did it go? You know, if you're a big Reds guy, right, you know, you could go right here. Here it is. You can go right here. Here's the base card. You know, I mean, look at that. That is a fantastic card. Like, they absolutely crushed it with this. And you can come over here. You can order one card for $10 or 10 cards for $50. People complain about the high cost of cards. I get that you're not ripping wax. You're not gambling. But if you're truly talking about kids and collecting cards, pay attention to this Topps Now stuff. They do fantastic work with the photography on this. As someone whose father was a sports photographer, I appreciate good photography when I see it. Shout out. Once again, I don't know who the photographer was on this, but whoever you are, you absolutely crushed it on this. Does it say? It does not say. But regardless, you know who you are. Whoever nailed that shot, you got a hell of a photo there. That's all I got for you, boys and girls. Catch you on the next one. Peace.